Hi guys, we've got factoring level 2 problems to review, and that means when a is not equal to 1. These problems are found in your 7.1 notes, just on that paper. These are A and B. We'll walk you through how to do them, and then you can try some of the problems on your own. So this is the first problem, 2x squared minus 5x minus 12 equals 0. Usually, to factor, we need to find two numbers that multiply to 12, negative 12, and add to negative 5. That negative 12 comes from here in the equation. The negative 5 is attached to the x. The 2x squared, this guy right up here, he messes everything up for us though. We can't do that same strategy. Instead, we have to take the 2 that's attached to x squared and multiply it by the negative 12. So now we'll look for two numbers that actually multiply to negative 24 and add to a negative 5. Feel free to pause and think of them on your own. Negative 8 times 3 equals 24. Negative 8 plus 3 equals negative 5. So we'll use the numbers negative 8 and 3. Here's where things are a little bit different. We don't jump to the two groups of parentheses like we usually do. What we're going to do here is actually take the negative 5x and rewrite it using those two numbers, negative 8 and positive 3. So I have negative 8x plus 3x. That does equal negative 5x. I'm almost unsimplifying. I'm uncombining like terms. Negative 2x squared stays the same. Negative 12 also stays the same. We want to separate and then group the terms. The first two terms stay together. The second two terms stay together, as you see in the parentheses. Then, here's where it gets tricky. Each group, we want to take a GCF out of each group. 2x squared minus 8x, they both have a 2x in common. What's left over is the x minus 4 when we remove the 2x from these two terms. The second group, 3x minus 12, they have a positive 3 in common. When I take that out, I'm left with x minus 4. Notice that those two are exactly the same. They're supposed to be, and they have to be, otherwise this doesn't work. We're going to group again. We're going to take these two green numbers and group them in a set of parentheses. The x minus 4, those group together as one single parenthesis. So we have 2x plus 3 times x minus 4 equals 0. This should look familiar to you. We set them both equal to 0, and we solve. And those become our two answers. X equals negative 3 over 2, and x equals 4. You could say negative 1.5 as well. So that's factoring level 2. This is part B. Feel free to just pause here or stop, do the work on your own. I'm going to upload the solution, but it's not going to be explained in as much detail as before. Two numbers that multiply to negative 40 and add to negative 6. If you forgot why it's negative 40, rewind a little bit and go back to the start of the previous problem. Negative 10 and 4 do the trick. We need to rewrite, group together, factor each group. Those two parentheses are still exactly the same. Group again, set equal to 0, and solve. If you notice that at the start of this problem, 2x squared minus 6x minus 20 equals 0 could all be divided by 2 evenly, you could have divided by 2 and gotten rid of the GCF and factored normally. But I wanted you to try these again. So, these were your two problems, the factoring level 2. You will be expected to do this moving forward when we start to solve proportions. So keep this in mind.